Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all over the world. Fidelis again on the corporate perspective. Of course, the corporate perspective is your direct source of information on economics, political, and financial issues. So I want to continue to thank all of you for your support because you've really supported us. And right now we're 208 subscribers. It's a good step in the right direction because we just began a few days ago. So I urge us to continue to subscribe so that we grow together and we continue to impart knowledge and pump information to the minds of our people because that is important. So today I want to talk about a simple topic about finance and financial planning. Just financial planning because really we have got people with issues of finance. Most of us earn salaries from private and public engagements, but then we do not have a proper or a sound financial plan. So as a finance analyst, I should guide you and show you how you're supposed to deal with your finances so that you really don't run broke most of the time, despite you waking up every day to go and work. Yeah, so how can we be able to keep pace? And I know that we are living at a very economically difficult times where money comes in and money goes out very quickly. These days you just go to the supermarket with 2,000 shillings and whatever you come out of the supermarket with, it's not worth that amount, really. So then we have to teach our people how to be financially sound and make sound financial decisions because that is entirely very important. It's very important. So then how do we avoid getting broke? It's a very simple thing that the people and everybody should appreciate and practice because if you don't practice financial discipline, then you are as good as done. Whether as a student, whether as a new employee, whether as a senior employee, whether as an investor. So we have to be very, very sound in terms of how we deal with our finances because it is important that we make sure that we stay afloat all the time. So there's a rule they call the 50-30-20 rule about finance, but I won't talk about that. I just want to be very simplistic. So number one, you are not supposed to buy what you don't use. Now, many of us, if you come to your houses, you find a lot of stuff that really is lying idle there. It's not in use. So why on earth would you buy something that is so expensive that you will not use? So you must always make sure that whatever you're buying will add value to your life. You'll use it. Essentially, you will use it. But anything that you don't use, anything that you will not use, please don't buy it. That is called conspicuous consumption. Out of pressure, you just pass it by, you see a good table, you see a good chair, you've seen a good seat, you've seen a good radio, you've seen a good television, you've seen a good dress, you've seen a good shoe, you just want to buy it because it is good. But upon buying it, you don't use it. Or you use it once and then you push it away. That's a very poor financial practice. You should never buy what you don't use. You should never even bother thinking about buying something that you will not use. That is immaterial. So that is how we can cut cost. And that's how we avoid staying afloat. Do not buy what you will not use. Do not buy what you can't use. Do not buy what you may not use. Buy things that are urgent for you and things that you know their purpose and the role they will play in your life. That's how you're going to even raise your standards of living because you're buying things that have a direct influence on how and the way you live. Number two, invest your money In money markets, invest your money in money markets. That is a topic that we'll discuss in whole, because it's a whole chunk of it. You know, money markets pay profits or pay dividends or give you a return within a period not exceeding 1 year. We have treasury bills, we have commercial papers, we have money market funds, we have money market accounts from commercial banks, we have insurance companies. So because I don't want to speak for any entity, you can always look out for a money market, because in that is the surest way of ensuring that your money is growing, because there is no point of having money in the account just lying there. And some banks will give you a money market account for emergencies, so that when you have an emergency, you not run around borrowing money. You not call all people to borrow from them, but you just go to your money market account and to be able to get money from there, which accrues interest at a certain percentage. So find out which money market is good for you, whether T-bills, whether commercial papers, whether from an insurance company, whether from commercial papers are from banks, as well as the money market accounts. So those are things that you can always look up to grow your finances. I say that is a topic that we will talk about as a whole, because it's a very important topic that we should all learn as young as we can, so that we start preparing for our old age. Number three, do not and underline the word do not be a person who lends people money all the time. There are people, when they have money, everybody must feel that they have it. So when everyone, borrows money from you, you just give. Whoever borrows, you just give. And you realize that only 10% will return borrowed money. So don't be a person who will always give out money to borrowers. And if you must do, there has to be a written document to show that you have lent someone money and they'll return with some amount of interest. It doesn't matter whether they are friends or not, because when money matters, then money matters. Yeah? On money matters, money matters. So yeah, you cannot lend everybody money. That would be a very poor financial planning for you. You have to, before you borrow, do some due diligence. What is the possibility of them paying back or not? So don't be that person, because when you will go broke, those people will not be there for you. It is good to help, but not to lend money. Help, but not be lending money. Yeah, there's a difference. So you cannot just, be someone's bank. When they need money, you just have to give to them, without accruing any interest, and they will take all the time to give that money back. So as a financial advisor, I am telling you, stop lending money to everybody. Stop it. Stop it. Only to the people you trust. And not even the people you trust. The people who have earned your trust are the only people you should lend your money to. That's a very important and cardinal rule if you want to be financially stable. Right? That is important. Number 4, and the last one for today. Number 4. Again, do not. This is a rule that is extremely important again. Yeah? Do not borrow to buy food. Do not borrow to buy food. When you borrow to buy food, essentially what you've done is that you have increased the depth of the financial hole you are in. Yeah? You just borrow to buy food. You just borrow to pay rent. You just borrow, And I'm saying this because it really gives us problems. It really gives us problems. Only borrow when you want to do a serious project. It may not be accruing interest. It may not be giving you returns. It may be just a rote project, but it will give you service for a long time. So don't borrow to buy food. And I'm not saying that you borrow, don't borrow 500. 500 is okay, you can buy food with 500. But you cannot borrow 20,000 just, to go for a charade. You cannot borrow 50,000 just to have a party, That's a very poor financial planning. It's very poor financial, practice. Don't do that. Because then you'll be deepening your financial hole. You create more problems, just because what you want to do is something that is very avoidable. Very avoidable. Yeah. So don't borrow to buy food. Don't borrow for entertainment. Don't borrow for things that really are not urgent. Don't borrow for that purpose, because then you will be killing your financial position. All right? So those are very important points for us to, retain our financial strength. Otherwise, we will keep on, it will become a game of musical chairs, from the fire to the frying pan, and then the financial cycle continues. So let us be very careful, and this year let us practice financial discipline, and the best, we be the best financial planners, and surely we will be able to retain our financial position and our financial strength. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And before I go, I want to request everybody again, just hit the subscribe button and continue growing with us, because really we are here to give you information that will change your life politically, economically, and financially. Ladies and gentlemen, I take a bow. Adios.